No matter your location, there are eerie sights to be found. Whether it involves a wandering spirit or a reported UFO sighting, you're likely to encounter such phenomena in your lifetime. Even if you're not particularly interested in the supernatural, certain astonishing findings in various global locations are worth exploring. It's not to dissuade you from visiting these places, but when you do, keep in mind the advice in this video. Presented here are 10 of the most haunted locations on the planet. Number 10. Bengar Fort, Rajasthan, India. Bengar Fort stands as the remnants of a city constructed in the 17th century, featuring desolate royal palaces, fort walls, numerous temples, and 3 imposing stories for your visual delight. While the external beauty may initially captivate you, it's prudent to reconsider before hastily deciding to explore. This structure claims the title of India's most haunted castle. Legend has it that Singya, a sorcerer, and Ratnavati, a princess, once inhabited the premises. Rejected by her, the sorcerer sought an enchanted oil to make her love him. When she accidentally spilled the oil, it transformed into a boulder that fatally crushed him. Before his demise, he placed a curse on all who dwelled within the building. Another tale suggests that an ascetic cursed the fort due to its shadow overshadowing his home. Regardless of the origin, these curses have persisted over the years, earning Bengar Fort a reputation as the abode of ghosts. Local belief holds that those spending a night in the house vanish without a trace. To ensure your safety, visitors are permitted to explore the premises only during daylight hours. Number 9. Myrtles Plantation, USA. Myrtles Plantation stands as one of the most chilling locations in America, situated in the small town of St. Francisville, northwest of New Orleans. Welcoming visitors through its glass front door, the mansion boasts a vast French crystal chandelier. The unsettling history of the place, with over 10 documented tourist deaths, supports the notion that spirits coexist with the living. One haunted tale involves Chloe, whose lover severed her ears. She is said to wear a green turban and gaze at visitors, even appearing in a photograph. Another ghostly apparition is that of a young girl peering through the house window. Witnesses have also reported eerie sightings of a child bouncing on a bed, a voodoo princess, a soldier, and the former house owner. Despite the eerie atmosphere and superstitious aura, the plantation draws hundreds of visitors daily, offering accommodations for at least 12 guests and functioning like a conventional hotel. The option of daily or evening tours is available, but the truly spine-tingling experiences occur at night. It's an experience worth trying. Number 8. Banff Springs Hotel, Alberta, Canada. The Banff Springs Hotel, designed in the style of a Scottish baronial castle, stands as one of Canada's majestic railway hotels and is renowned as one of the most haunted structures in the country. Numerous stories surround the mystical occurrences within the hotel. One tale recounts the tragic demise of a bride who, in shock as her wedding dress caught fire, fell from the staircase. Visitors claim to witness her dancing in the ballroom with flames emanating from the back of her dress. Another chilling account involves a family murdered in room 873. Despite the room being bricked up, guests assert seeing their apparitions in the hallway outside. Then there's the story of former bellman Sam McCauley, who even in death continues his dedicated service to the hotel. Once a helpful guide assisting guests in finding their rooms, he now mysteriously disappears if engaged in conversation or offered a tip. The hotel, now part of the Fairmont Luxury Suites chain, attracts thousands of tourists year-round, eager to witness these phenomena. If you find yourself in Canada, consider exploring this haunted destination. Number 7. Castle of Good Hope, South Africa. Constructed in the 17th century by the Dutch East India Company, the Castle of Good Hope stands as South Africa's oldest building. The first reported ghost sightings date back to around 1915. revealing accounts of a tall man leaping across the castle wall and strolling between the bastions Lita Morange. During the same period, witnesses also observed a weeping woman dressed in gray, running around and covering her face after excavation work on the site. When a woman's body was unearthed, the Grey Lady vanished and was never seen in the building again. Additional eerie phenomena include spontaneous bell ringing and a spectral dog that startles unsuspecting visitors before dissipating into thin air. Despite these paranormal tales, the castle is arguably the most well-preserved 17th century monument, housing 3 distinguished museums, including one dedicated to Crotoa, the leader of the Khoi Nation. A restaurant within the attraction serves a variety of local and international dishes, and visitors can witness cannon firing from a designated spot. The Castle of Good Hope offers a unique blend of fear and enjoyment. Number 6. Hellfire Club, Montpelier Hill, Ireland. When encountering a Hellfire Club, the expectation is nothing short of a spine-chilling, eerie, and unsettling spectacle. Originally constructed in 1925 for William Connolly, this club is reputed to have been built using stones from ancient passage tombs, an act that allegedly angered the devil and set the stage for ongoing supernatural occurrences. Following the completion of the lodge, it transformed into a gathering place for Dublin's elite engaged in purported devil worship. Numerous tales abound of murder, animal sacrifices, black masses, and encounters with cloven-hoofed individuals. One particularly famous account involves a satanic agent appearing as a man at a Dublin elite gathering. A card player, upon dropping a card, was startled to notice a guest with cloven feet as he reached down to retrieve it. Before any commotion could ensue, the mysterious man vanished in a ball of flames. Another haunting story involves a ghostly lady placed in a barrel, set ablaze, and then rode down a hill for amusement, a specter that has been witnessed within the building on multiple occasions. While you're welcome to explore this site, be prepared for the possibility of ghostly apparitions materializing seemingly out of nowhere. Number 5. Loreta Cemetery, Buenos Aires, Argentina. Loreta Cemetery is renowned as one of the most exquisite burial grounds globally, and in such places, tales of the supernatural are not uncommon. After all, the belief persists that the departed transform into spirits and wander the earthly realm until further notice. Established in 1833, the site boasts intricate sculptures, elegantly designed tombs, and shaded trees. Among the elite buried here is Argentina's former First Lady, adding to the cemetery's prestige in Buenos Aires. One prominent ghost story revolves around Rufina, a 19-year-old woman. Legend holds that her burial was delayed due to heavy rain, and by the time the rain stopped, the groundskeeper returned to find her coffin open and Rufina missing. It is believed that she may not have passed away before being interred and could have been buried alive. Another eerie tale involves David Alino, a gravedigger of 30 years who took his own life after his tomb was completed. If you happen to hear the jingling of keys, legend has it that he may be just around the corner. Visitors flock to this site during vacations to admire the final resting place of notable figures while anticipating the experience of these mysterious sounds. Number 4. Chaon Church, Beijing, China. Chaon Church, initially erected in 1910 by the American Catholic Church, found its first purpose as an institute for Western missionaries learning Mandarin Chinese in the early 1900s. By the 1930s, this impressive structure in Beijing transitioned into use as a Catholic church. However, when the communists seized power in the 1950s, they assumed ownership of the building. Presently, the site is reputed to be haunted by 2 distinct entities. The first is the spirit of a government official's mistress who took her own life following a tumultuous breakup. The second manifestation involves a trio of inebriated construction workers who reportedly trespassed into the mansion and mysteriously vanished. Intriguingly, the temperature within the house is notably colder than in other parts of Beijing, a phenomenon lacking a scientific explanation. Consequently, the house remains uninhabited today and is considered the most haunted location in the Chinese capital. Access to the premises is typically restricted, except for instances where filming permissions are granted. Number 3. Casa de la Poesía, Bogota, Colombia. It is a common practice among writers to seek solitude, distancing themselves from the world to find inspiration. José Sancian Silva, one of Colombia's most contemporary poets, resided in Casa de la Poesía, where he penned the majority of his poems. His life unfolded as a series of personal tragedies, deeply affected by the loss of his beloved sister Elvira, which took a toll on his mental well-being. Additionally, he experienced the devastating misfortune of losing his finest manuscript in a shipwreck, ultimately leading to his tragic suicide in 1896 at the tender age of 30, within the confines of his own home. Years later, recognizing its historical significance, Silva's residence was declared a Colombian national monument. It is believed that Silva's spirit lingers within the house, perhaps haunted by the frustration of unrealized dreams during his earthly existence. Some claim to hear him murmuring under his breath as they navigate through the house, possibly still mourning the loss of loved ones and manuscripts that could have brought him international acclaim. During literary events, enthusiasts of literature flock to the building to view some of Silva's preserved works. Number 2. Paglia Island, Italy. Among the various locations on this list, one particularly distinguishes itself by being strictly off-limits, a place you wouldn't dare to enter. Paglia Island, situated between Venice and Lido, served as a refuge for mainlanders fleeing invaders and in the 14th century became a grim quarantine site for Venetians afflicted with a bubonic plague. The infected were isolated from the healthy, and upon their demise, their bodies were incinerated. Later in the 1800s, the island served as a mental asylum, where patients endured gruesome experiments and were subsequently tortured to death. Local lore suggests that a myriad of spirits haunt the island, with reports of screams, voices, and sightings of mysterious dark shadows. Some are convinced that Paglia is engulfed in malevolence, evident the moment one arrives. Presently, the island remains abandoned and strictly prohibited to visitors. For those determined to explore against all warnings, venturing alone is recommended, as even local guides are apprehensive, fearing curses or harm from the lingering ghosts of the innocent. Number 1. Chateau de Bruxelles, Maine-et-Loire, France. The Chateau de Bruxelles stands as the tallest castle in France, boasting an impressive 204 rooms, 7 floors, numerous portrait galleries, and an opera house accommodating 200 people. Constructed by the Council of Anjou in the 11th century, this castle has captivated imaginations ever since. Notably, the Green Lady, a ghost haunting the premises, adds an eerie touch to visitors' experiences. Believed to be King Charles VII's illegitimate child, she met a tragic end in the 15th century, murdered by her husband after discovering his affair. Dressed in green attire with perforations around the eyes and nose, she is often seen monitoring guests or moaning throughout the castle. Despite its haunted history, the mansion hosts special events such as wine tasting ceremonies and Christmas markets, welcome guests into its corridors. However, spending a night within the castle is a daring feat, even for the most courageous. It's widely acknowledged that visiting such places is not for the faint of heart. We're curious to know your thoughts. Which of these sites would you consider visiting soon? Or does the thought of any of them give you the creeps? Share your thoughts in the comments below and feel free to engage with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. It's been another fantastic time here. If you like this video, click the next one shown on the screen. I'm sure you'll like it. Thanks for watching.